Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be looking at which calibre is best, 177 or 22. Now, as you'll probably see, this video has been filmed over quite a few weeks, well, probably about 6-7 weeks to be honest. I've been doing little bits here and there, but 177 or 22, I've been shooting for 40 odd years, so I've got my views on it, and these are my views. So what is the difference between 22 and 177? Well, it's quite simple really. 22 are men's pellets and 177 is for little girls.
How dare you!
Now, before anybody starts getting the knickers in the twist, I am taking the piss. As I said, these are my views, my findings. A lot of people aren't going to agree with them, which is fine, but it's just what I like, what I prefer. So let's crack on with the video. Now, when I was first starting shooting, probably back in about 1980, my first gun was a 177. I didn't really care what calibre it was just an air gun. It was my first one, and yeah, weren't bothered about what calibre it was. It shot pellets, and that was all I was bothered about. But back then, all the old guys used to say, there used to be a saying, 177 for feather, 22 for fair. And then as we've progressed, you get a lot more people saying about 177's more target orientated, 22's for hunting. Neither wash with me. You also get a lot of people saying that you've got to have 22 because, sorry, you've got to have 177 because 22, the trajectory is too loopy. And you don't have to use old over and old under with 177, which again is a pile of bullshit. But yeah, we'll have a look at what the differences are. We'll try and do some tests and work out, or try and work out, which one is best. Now, there's loads of videos out there covering this subject, but the reason I'm doing this one today is due to a conversation, or should I say a preaching from somebody to me at the range the other day. And the conversation was basically, it basically went like this. Hi mate, what's that gun you're shooting there? It's an Air Max Catran, mate. Oh nice, what pellets you putting through that? JSB 15.89s. What, 22? Mate, you need to get yourself a 177. 22's no good, the trajectory is too loopy. It's all over the place. Alright, what you putting through yours? Oh mate, I'm putting 13.5 grain slugs through mine. Absolutely fantastic. So you might as well be shooting a 22 then, mate, really. And I'm thinking, fuck off you knob. We'll look at all the characteristics and the differences of each pellet and how they behave in different conditions. So if we have a look at both pellets, we've got the 22 on the left and the 177 on the right. The average weight of a 22 pellet is around about 16 grains, just below, and the average weight of a 177 pellet is nearly half that at 8.5 grains. Right, so we'll start off with the wind test at 25 metres. I think 25 metres is a good average for an air gun, and 40 metres I consider the extreme range. I've took shots at things further away than that, but on really still conditions. Right, so I can see the target flapping about. So at 25 metres, the spread on the 177 looks probably to be about 1.5 inches from here, but we'll find out better when I go and get the card in. Okay, so looking at this card, at 25 metres, the 2.2s are grouping not too badly, but the 177s are all over the place. I've had to record this after because on the original recording you couldn't hear anything apart from the wind hammering the microphone. So, but yeah, 25 metres, not too bad with the 2.2, 177, it's a little bit all over. Okay, so I've got the chronograph set up down there with the camera rolling on it, and one thing I did forget to say is the tests are both being done, both guns, 177 and 2.2, with the JSB Jumbo Exacts. So I'll take a shot now. Hopefully I don't hit the chronograph. What's that measuring? Don't know what that's setting actually. I'll have to work all the power things out later, but I'll take 3 shots with each one. So, as I said, we're starting off at 20 metres. And I think this is in meters per second. I've not had a chance to even look at the chronograph and work out how to set it up, which I should have done before I got down here. So I had 3 shots. The last 2, one was 210 meters per second, I believe it is, and the third one was 211 meters per second. Which, same as say, there's no. It's just a basic speed reader. The chronograph is, so you take the wherever it's measuring, and then you have to sort of like work out your foot pounds after. So I'll do the same again with the 2.2. Now both of the guns that I'm using today are averaging round about the same muzzle energy. They're both around about 11.6 to 11.7 foot-pound. But obviously one is 177, the other one's a 2.2. So on the 177 we're going around about 210 meters per second. I've not got the instruction book with me, so I can't check. Well, I could change the chronograph by playing, but I haven't got much time. So I might actually skip 30 and we'll push it out to 40 meters and see how we do there. At 20 meters, the 177 is retaining more energy than the 2.2. Okay, I've skipped 30 meters. And we've gone straight out to 40. And we're going to go with the 2.2 first. Just adjust the focus. There we go. That one's saying 138. I've had to play with the chronograph and I cannot work out how to change it into feet per second. And the reason I bought it is for this. It's down there, it's got wide arms on it, it's quite tall, and it were only 29 quid, so if I do end up shooting it then there's not much of a loss. That one, 136. Right, on to the 177 then. Right, now as I have said, I do mainly shoot 2.2. This is the only 177 rifle I've got. Just that to 40. Okay, let's take a shot with this. That's saying 182 meters per second. That's saying 177. $178. So as we get out to 40 metres, we've had a bit of a role reversal with the 2.2 retaining more energy than the 177. So, conclusion then. I'll stick with what I've always found, that 2.2 is the best pellet for outdoor use and for hunting. Now for hunting, the 2.2 hits a lot harder and therefore causes more damage than a 177 pellet. A lot of people say that 177 is better for longer range shooting, but shooting where? Because as we've seen with the tests we've done, that's just not the case. It's a lot more affected by wind, and after 30 metres the 2.2 is carrying a lot, well, not a lot more, but more energy than the 177. So for hunting purposes, for me, it's 2.2 all day. A lot of people say that a well-placed shot with a 177 is just as capable of taking out quarry at longer ranges as a 2.2 is, and that's fine. That's perfectly true. But if you've got anything less than perfect conditions with the 177, there are going to be a lot more variables to take into account to get that pinpoint perfect shot than with the 2.2. I've also heard people say that the 177 hits just as hard as a 2.2 because it's going faster. If you wanted to cause maximum damage to something, would you hit it with this or with this? It's basic common sense. Even though the 2.2 is travelling slower than the 177, because of its weight and size, it hits a lot harder. Now let's get on to the big one that everybody raves on about, that the 177 has a flatter trajectory than the 2.2. and of course it does. So with the 177 you've got a lot less holdover and hold under points to memorise than you have with the 22. But it has still got a curved trajectory, so you are going to have to learn your hold over and hold under points, even with the 177. Even though there might be less of them, you still need to know them. Now for target work and competition shooting, especially indoor, the smaller size of the 177 and its flatter trajectory make it a standout favourite for that type of shooting. The smaller 1mm size difference can be the difference between scoring more or less points. Now the 22, as we've already said and as everybody knows, does have a more loopy trajectory than the 177. Therefore you've got more hold over and more hold under points to learn. But it ain't hard. It's a very easy, predictable trajectory to learn. Now the main skill with trajectory of either calibre is being able to estimate what range you're shooting at. Because whether it's 177 or 22, you are going to have hold over and hold under points, and you need to know what they are for what range you're shooting at. So with the 177 having a flatter trajectory and the 22 having a more loopy trajectory, are we saying that a skilled 22 shooter, a good 22 shooter, is more skilled than someone that shoots 177? I'll bet you not. But as I said earlier, the main skill, once you can know your hold over and hold under points at certain ranges that have been measured out for you, but if you can't guesstimate to within a few meters or a few yards when you're actually shooting, then the trajectory makes no difference whatsoever, because if you haven't got the range right, you're not going to hit what you're shooting at. And this is where the 177 with the flatter trajectory does come in to its own, because there's not as much error between your ranges. Now, as you've probably guessed, I'm a 22 man through and through. Been shooting them since probably about 1981, 82. But at the end of the day, does it matter what calibre you're shooting? Well, the simple answer is no. If you're enjoying what you're doing and you're used to whatever calibre you're using, you're enjoying it, you're shooting, it works for you, then who should give a shit? I don't get it. You do hear a lot of, it mostly comes from the guys shooting 177 pellets, about slagging off 22. Same as said, the guy at the range which prompted me to do this video, telling me I need to get a 177 because 22's no good. Turns out the bloke's only been shooting 9 months and never shot a 22 anyway. So you get these people in life that just think they know everything, they know best, and they want to preach to you. And same as I say, for them sort of people, I just think, fucking do one. They get on your nerves. So in what has probably been, I don't know, 43, 44 years of shooting air guns, I have shot both all the way through that period, but I've found my preference to be 22, because before I started doing these videos, all I really did was go hunting with them. So I'm shooting outdoors. Now, one of the main reasons I prefer 22, same as says, is for the qualities they provide for hunting. But one of the other reasons is 177, I just find fiddly little twats. They get on my nerves. They're just too fiddly. I've lost a bit of feeling in my fingers as well with the old age coming on. And yeah, I just find them very, very fiddly to use. And so that's my final conclusion. As I said earlier, do what works for you. It shouldn't make any difference whatsoever, so long as you're enjoying what you're doing, slinging lead down range. If it works for you, crack on with it. Probably been a bit of a long-winded video, this one, but I will say thank you for watching. Cheers guys, see you later.